Well, we got a football game here, Louisville-Waggener, the Corbin Redhounds. Again, it's the Pigskin Classic. Knox Central won the first game over Powerhouse, Louisville Central. And again, Knox Central, I thought down the stretch just was very physical. Wanted it a little bit more than Louisville Central did. So Scotty Russell and his crew one of the students.
We took a steal.
Oh boy.
There you go. It's gonna be hard to live that one down on Monday.
Yeah.
he busted through the straight out of Corbin sign there
and it knocked him down.
And went down for about 5 yards. Now he's running with the flag. It's all right. We're just about ready for some football here. It's a late night edition. It's about 9:35 here on the East Coast. we're going to be midnight getting out here because I think it'll be a good football game.
I do. And it's an interesting game because, somewhere down the line, Corbin's going to play against some people that have this type of speed. And again, Waggener, they got to be excited. This is typically not the kind of atmosphere they get to play in up there. They don't play in front of crowds like this, and they'll be very excited.
Yeah, not a lot of numbers. I'm counting about 25 folks on the sideline there. Maybe 28 for Louisville-Waggener, but again, speed is the great equalizer in any athletic event, and supposedly they have got speed at every position, so we'll see. See a few big linemen out there as well, but I'll tell you, I was just so impressed with that Corbin offensive line and defensive line last week, but primarily the offensive line dominated that football game.
Well, they did. They knocked them off the ball up front, and I tried to call their names because they did such a good game. And, typically you don't get the linemen on the radio unless they jump off sides or something. But I got to tell you, I think it's the heart and soul of this Corbin football team right now.
Well, I think so. And by the way, DJ Murphy was the young man with the interception last week. We couldn't pick those numbers up because of the jerseys, but DJ Murphy credited with that big interception late in the game. We thought it might have been the Henniger kid, but it was Murphy 28.
Yeah, and again, one of the Hennigers tore his ACL this week, and I'm not sure which one.
Oh, my goodness.
I apologize. Yeah, they're twins. There's two of them. They're really good athletes and they're good kids. And one of them had torn his ACL earlier in his career, but this was the other one. Their names are Brendan and Lucas, I'm pretty sure. And but now he's down and out for the year with ACL. But they're tough kids, and they're the kind of kids that can come back from something like that. But very unfortunate for them and the football program because they were going to see some time this year.
Set to kick it away now for Louisville-Waggener. Number 4, William Lewis. Trying to pick out who's back deep for Corbin back there. Looks like Jonah French maybe. Pretty good kick. This one's going to be taken on the run by Dylan Brock. No, that's going to be Drew Carter. At the 25, starts at the center field, weaving his way through tacklers all the way out over the 40 to about the 43-yard line. Good run back that time for Corbin, and then the Hounds will be set up at about the 43-yard line. That's actually A.J. Moore, Burley. I apologize, 85, not 25.
Yeah, he and Ellison will do most of the returns. Also, A.J. Moore very instrumental on the offense, and Ellison, a starter on defense. On that offensive line tonight, Big Jacob Lovett anchors that along with Colby Sima, Alex Gambrell, also Carrick over there on one side, and I'll try to pick up that number in just a second on the offensive line for the other one. Severe is the tight end tonight, Braden Severe.
Sizemore in the gun, going to give it off to the first back through. Tucker Jewell makes a couple guys miss and will be hit and dropped after a short gain, maybe a couple of yards out to the 45-yard line. Jewell, a nice move to avoid getting hit for the loss in the backfield. Now they did get the lights back on that the bank of lights on the post office end. Now they just went out again.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick these starters up here, but I don't have my old man glasses on.
Follow mine.
Okay.
Sizemore is going to work out of the gun. I thought he had a very solid, consistent game last week, and hopefully we'll continue again. Here's a handoff to Jewell. He's got a little bit of running room over the left side. Makes one guy miss at the line of scrimmage. Bangs it inside the 50 down to near the 46-yard line. That's going to be close to enough for the first down. I believe it will move the chains. Gain of about 8 there for Tucker Jewell. Well, nice two-headed monster back there for the Redhounds in Jewell and Drew Carter.
And as luck would have it, they don't have the offensive line starters on there.
All right. Well, we'll try to pick those guys out for you.
Well, I've got them all but one.
We'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. We'll have to look at there on the field. 77 on this end. Did you get him? Adam Storms?
I did not.
And that's the guy on this tackle on this end, I believe. Here comes the fake on the jet sweep. They're going to give it off on a counter to Jewell. He's got some room into the secondary, makes the guy miss. Still on his feet, all the way down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Jewell running very close to the ground. A little fake the jet sweep there, Brody, then a little trap back to the other side, and Jewell just gaping hole.
I think Tucker Jewell's going to have a tremendous year. He's got some quickness, and I'm telling you, he's only about 5'7", 170 pounds, but he's a 500-pound squat, a 300-pound bench guy. He's got enough strength to be a great running back.
Well, he certainly has a nice compliment in Drew Carter as well. A couple of really good running backs. Carter's in there now. He's going to flank Sizemore to his left. In the slot to the right side is Jewell. They're going to give to Carter this time. He makes a couple guys miss at the line of scrimmage, then runs into a host of Louisville Waggener players at about the 20. Gain of a couple of yards will bring up 2nd down and 8.
Well, Corbin thus far no different than they were last week. They're going to line up and just try to run the football right down the field, and having some success doing that. Again, at this point in the season, the offensive line is the heart and soul of this football team.
The Wildcats, the Waggener Wildcats. Just underway here. First drive of the game. Corbin is taking it from their own 43 down to the 20-yard line of Louisville Waggener. Sizemore at the quarterback position, hands it off straight up the middle. A lot of running room for Jewell. Makes a couple guys miss. Still going. Pushes the pile, I should say, all the way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. You can tell, Burley, he's a strong kid. They had 2 guys on his back that time. He was just taking him for a little ride.
He's a little quicker, too, than a lot of people have given him credit
good feet,
for.
Burley.
He does. He's got good feet, and he's hard to find in there. I talked to Coach Addix about it, and he said he's just a hard kid to find.
It wasn't enough for the first down, so it will be 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. 9:40 to go here in the opening period of play. Dave Cox and Burley Foley with you here. Field side. Sizemore takes it, going to keep it himself, dives up the middle of the field, he's got some room, bangs it down inside the 5, spins free, then gets all the way down to the 4-yard line, maybe the 3. Good run by Sizemore. He's a load.
Those are read plays, David. He can give or keep. And I got to tell you, it puts a lot of pressure on you when you go boom, 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 boom with the tailback, and then you fake to that guy and come off there, and you've got a trap block coming. That's a good play, and it's a tough play to stop.
Take it down and go from, they marked him down at the 5-yard line. I thought he got down to about the 3. Actually, I guess his knee may have went down prior to that. So 2nd and goal from the 5 for the Redhounds. Sizemore working out of the shotgun, backs to either side. Going to keep it himself, rolls to his left, throws for the end zone. He's got a receiver out there. Incomplete.
Yeah, I felt like Cameron should have got on outside then and put a little more pressure on that corner. There's a sprint out pass to the left. And what you want to do there is you want to make that corner make a decision where I may run it. If you don't come up a little bit, then that gives your receiver a little room to work. I think if he had that one back, he would go on, get on outside with it a little bit.
Back's going to line up in an eye behind the quarterback, Sizemore, who will move up under center for the first time tonight. Little movement on the line. No call. Handoff second back through as Carter hit and dropped immediately. Good defense by the left side of the Louisville Waggener line. Predominantly, that corner coming up there making a nice play. That is Chappell.
Well, they're putting them all up in there. If you'll look, of course, it's inside the 10 right now. Naturally, they're going to do that. But out even in space here, they're lining them up in there, 9 in the box, and they're going to try to make Corbin throw the football. And I think most teams are going to do that early to us, and Waggener is no different tonight.
First big play of the game here for the Hounds on a 4th down and 5. Had it 1st and goal from the 9, and Louisville Waggener has stiffened here on the defensive side. Sizemore's going to work out a shotgun, takes it, rolls to his left, throws for the end zone. He's got a man out there, caught, touchdown, Corbin.
Trying to see who got that. That was a good throw, sprint out pass. I'm trying to see who's on the receiving end of that.
I can see the young man running. I can't pick up his number just yet.
It's either A.J. Moore or A.J.
Yes.
Moore. A.J. Moore.
A.J. Moore with the touchdown catch. The cannon goes off. And speaking of the cannon, Burley, all the cannon fire sponsored by the Mobile Mutts, Knox County, Whitley County Animal Shelter. Donnie Lloyd sent me this note. These folks are paying for all of that for all year long, and they're the rescue, foster, adoption services for all animals in the Tri-County. Certainly they do a good job. We appreciate those folks. Vicki Crook is the lady who takes care of all that, but we appreciate them. Extra point by Cannonu is good, and so Corbin on top 7-0. Let's hang on to it right here. Talk a little bit about this Cannonu kid, Burley. I had a chance to visit with Coach Ronnie Watkins and Greg Duncombe earlier in the week, and They said Cananoo was kicking with relative ease 50-yard field goals in practice. Watkins told me that one of them he kicked, he said, was up over the top of the goalpost, the crossbars. He said probably would have went 60 yards.
No doubt about it. He's got the leg for it, David. And I got to tell you, I know he's a soccer player. I understand he's a pretty good soccer player, but he may have a future on Saturday kicking the football because he really does. As we saw last week, they were all back to about the goal line or either in. And not a lot of kids can do that in high school football. It's a weapon for Corbin.
Well, the 50-yard field goal in high school is almost unheard of. I remember a kid named Dustin Wynn who used to play over at Middlesboro. Was the best high school kicker I've ever seen, distance-wise. Bruce Hood was the most accurate guy I ever saw. But now Dustin Wynn was a big time. I think he went to UK, and I don't know what happened, but at any rate, this Cananoo kid is that good.
He is, and Dustin Wynn was a good one. I do remember him.
I don't know why I remember that kid's name. I just remember he could pound that thing. Well, Cananoo's going to tee it up. He'll kick it from the left hash mark of his 40-yard line, back deep for the Waggener Wildcats, number 2. That is Keontre Chappell, and number 9. I'm trying to find him on my roster. That's Clark, DeConte Clark. Going to be fielded by Clark. He is in the end zone. Forget that. That was 3 or 4 yards deep in the end zone. He got that one.
What do you think about
right
that?
in the screws. Hit it all the way into the end zone.
I mean, typically, I don't know what the average is, but most high school teams will get it out to 35, 40 if they have a good run. You're playing on playing on a long field.
Well, you made that point last week. 3 of the 5 times that he kicked off last week, Whitley County was at the 20 or worse. And the one time that he didn't get it to the end zone, it was so high, Corbin's coverage team was right there to knock it down short of the 20. So it's really a very good weapon. Looks like the quarterback they're going to start tonight is going to be number 6, probably. That's going to be Tanner McCoy. Watched him throw in warm-ups. He can cut it loose. Back wide to the left side is Murray. Like Clark to the right side as well as Adams. McCoy takes it. They're going to flip it off to Murray. He starts around the right side, cuts it up against the grain on the jet sweeps. Got some room, turns the corner. A lot of space as he gets out over the 30, about the 32-yard line. Shows some pretty good speed there.
Well, what we talked about was their speed and their ability to get outside, and we saw that right away. I mean, he got out there pretty quick.
Yeah, that's a gain on the play of about 11 yards. We'll get
the inside linebackers tonight are Dustin Sams and Brock. Brock, one of the mainstays from last year, Dylan Brock, that is. The corner over here is Cameron McGuett, and on the other side is Lucas Ellison. We'll pick them up as we go along here.
That's McCoy working out of the shotgun. Takes it, leads with the second back through, hit and dropped after a short gain out to about the 33-yard line. That's going to be number 1, Chris Bryant.
Well, I'll tell you this, Louisville Waggener don't seem intimidated. DJ Murphy, the safety tonight. Up front, Andrew Reedy getting a start tonight. Got injured with the ACL, and he looks like he's back in the lineup. Harley Lambert also in there. Caleb Parker, who I thought had a really good game last week, is also on that defensive line, along with Cody Evans, who made some big plays in the game against Whitley County.
McCoy working out of the shotgun. To his right is the tailback, Bryant. 2 wides to the left, 2 to the right as well. The right is the short side of the field, working from the right hash mark. Second down and 7 for Waggener. Corbin on top, 7-0. Wide receiver screen out. They get it to Murray. Makes a couple guys miss, still on his feet over the 40. Will be close to the first down. I think that he will pick up the first down.
Well, Wagner's offense looks pretty good right now. Jet sweep for a first down, and then that was just a quick out right there. Gave a little motion this way, had the linebacker froze in the middle, and then threw the out pattern over here, and then he was able to run with it after he caught it.
Austin Murray with the catch and run for the first down. Second first down for Waggener in this drive. Corbin on top, 7-0. Took the opening kick, drove it right down, and scored on a touchdown pass to A.J. Moore from Cameron Sizemore. McCoy working out of the gun. Backs flanking him to either side. 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. McCoy's going to give it off second back through. Gives a little bit of room. Squirts out over the 50, or the 45, or about the 46.
Not much room there. Big Harley Lambert getting up off the pile. Also in there again was Cody Evans. Good to see Andrew Reedy back, Dave.
Oh, it is. What a great kid. He's the epitome of a student-athlete, young man who excels in both academics and athletics. Just a good kid.
Corbin really going with only one player both ways, and that's Tucker Jewell. He's playing the rover over here. Jacob Moore on the other side is the rover. That's the only two defensive starters we hadn't called.
Second down and 6 for Waggener, working from their own 46-yard line. McCoy working out the shotgun, back to throw. Sets up, got plenty of time, dumps it off left side. Diving catch made, probably for the first down. What a nice play by Murray.
Well, I've watched this kid run his routes. He's a route runner. Because Tucker played pretty good defense then, but there wasn't much he could do. He was there to make the stop, but just a really nice route.
Actually, I said that was Murray. That was number 8, White, with that catch, and that will bring up third down and short. Didn't get a really good spot there. Actually, I thought he had the first down. We've third and about a yard to go here for Waggener, just inside the 50-yard line at the 49 of the Redhounds. Clock moving, 5:18 to go in the first period. Hounds on top 7-0. Dave Cox and Burley Foley with you. McCoy takes it, leads a second back through. It's going to be Bryant again, fights forward. He was hit in the backfield and will squirt free, I think, for enough yardage to pick up the first down.
Yep, Reedy and Jewell on the stop. Tucker Jewell, Andrew Reedy. Cody Evans also in on the stop.
Got 3 first downs here, Coach, for Waggener in their opening series.
They don't look like they were a 1-10 football team last year, do they?
Well, no, they lost a heartbreaker last week to Iroquois on inside the last minute of the game. Really, it made the defensive hold, was going to get the football back, and then an offside call gave Iroquois another chance, and they scored and beat Waggener. First and 10 from the Corbin 48. McCoy rolling to his right, dumps it off underneath. Got a receiver out there, incomplete. No, it's off his hands, caught by another receiver from Waggener downfield, and that's going to be Rashawn Moore, intended for Watkins, off his hands and then deflected up into the air. Brown makes the catch for a gain of about 7.
We've seen that in a Louisville game before, haven't we?
Yes, we have. We left with an upset stomach last year after that game, that's for sure. But I'll tell you one thing. This kid, number 6, McCoy, has got a shotgun arm.
Throws it very well. Very well. Looks like to be about 6'2".
Yeah, slender kid, and he gets rid of it quickly. Does not have to wind up. Hey, we've got a minute. Like to say hi to one of our buddies at home, Daryl Tremaine, recuperating from knee surgery. Had knee replacement surgery, and I know he's listening. We appreciate him tuning in his radio. Hope he's feeling better. Handoff straight up the gut. Again, nice running room in there. It's going to be Bryant picks his way into the Corbin secondary for the first down, I believe.
He'll do anything to try to outrun me. Ain't going to happen.
I'd like to see you guys race. I believe he might be able to outrun you with that cast on.
He won't do it. He won't try it.
First down and 10 from the 37. 3.5 to go in the opening period. Fast-moving opening period. Corbin on top 7-0. Waggener has taken the football, and nice balance of run and throw. McCoy takes it, leaves it off with Bryant. He's going to try to get around the left corner. Jewell's after him. He does turn the corner, gets by. Jewell still on his feet all the way down to the 30-yard line. Gain of about 7. That may be enough for another first down there.
I'll tell you who's not in the lineup tonight is
brought down by number 4.
Josh Hampton. Haven't seen him yet. Don't know if he's injured or just a personnel change, but Big Josh hasn't been in the game tonight.
Actually, he's going to be Bryant's going to be marked out of bounds, shy of the first down marker by about 3 yards. So second down and a long 3 here for Waggener. Working from the Corbin 30. Hounds on top 7-0. 3:18 to go in the opening period. McCoy directing traffic brings Rashawn Brown back into the backfield with him. Brown to the right, Bryant to the left. Back to throw, sets up, fires long down the middle of the field, and this is going to be incomplete. I think that was a broken pattern.
Boy, he had him right in the seam, though. He threw it where we were. I got to tell you, I've been impressed with Louisville Waggener's offense. Got some imagination, got some quickness, good balance between run and throw, and the kid playing quarterback can throw it.
Clock stops with 3:13 to go. Third down and 3. Ball on the 30.
It's a tough
of the Redhounds.
It's a tough spot. A little emotional win last week. You know,
good point.
Corbin a little bit flat, if you ask me.
Good point. Yeah, they've not gotten after the quarterback yet. They've not gotten him on the ground yet. And he's thrown 6-8 passes already in this. Probably about 6 passes, I guess you could say. Handoff up the middle to Bryant. He squirts into a little hole. Will be wrestled down at about the 26-yard line. Gain of 4. That may be enough to move the chains, though.
One of the personnel changes I see along that front line is now that Andrew's back, Andrew Reedy, they've moved Harley Lambert down inside to a defensive tackle. He usually is a defensive end, so let's see how that continues to work out.
They're going to measure here. I thought he had enough for the first down. The officials eyeballed it, started to signal, then they decided to measure, so there's a timeout on the field. 3:01 to go in the first period. 7-0, Corbin on top. Once again, great football game in the opener here tonight, Coach. Knox Central coming back, scoring late to defeat Louisville Central. I was impressed with the Panthers.
Hey, listen, when it got down to grit, they just had a little more grit than what Louisville Central had tonight.
Yeah, we were waiting on the Louisville Central coaches to get out of the way here so we could get our radio spot. And very nice gentlemen, but they said, hey, we quit playing, and they didn't.
That's exactly right.
And I remember that about those coaches. And we've played them a couple times in the playoffs on the road, and they came here last year, of course. Always a very classy bunch of guys. Tyrone Scroggins and his crew do a really good job. He looked at me and he said, we quit playing and they didn't. He said, but we're going to get better starting Monday.
I would hate to be there Monday.
Yeah. Fourth down and one rather, as the Hawkins up just a touch short of the first down. Waggener going to go for it here from the Corbin 27-yard line. Play stop for some reason. Now they're getting the chains reset. I see it now. Waggener at the line. McCoy in the shotgun. To his left is Bryant. To his right is Brown. 2 wideouts to the right. Now he's going to move up under center. He's going to keep it. He fumbled the snap. He didn't get it.
I don't think
he didn't get it. He fumbled the snap, lost the handle on the football, then he got hammered, pushed back in there. Probably a little bit of a loss on the play. Dustin Samson on the initial hit, Burley.
He did. I mean, he come up in there and stuck him, too. He stuck him right up in the numbers.
First down for the Redhound.
Wow, big play by Dustin Sams.
Looked like Cody Evans might have got him around the feet, and when he did, I mean, Dustin Sams finished him off.
Well, he kind of mishandled the snap just a bit, but he was in the shotgun. He ran up there, and just as he got his hands under center, they snapped the football to him. I don't think he was expecting the ball that quickly, Burley.
Well, I don't think he was either.
And at any rate, Corbin holds on, 4th down and less than the yard. They get the football back, leading 7-0. 2:50 to go now in the opening period. Sizemore takes it, leaves it off with the second back through. That's going to be Carter, I believe, over the 30 at the 32-yard line. Gain of about 4, maybe 5.
Corbin with that two-headed monster and Carter and Jewell. Noah Taylor now checks into the game. Carter goes out.
It's going to be 2nd and 5, Corbin.
2nd down and 5 for the Hounds. 2:20 to go in the first period of play. Noah Taylor, kid, Burley, I've heard a lot about. This is a really good athlete. They're just trying to get on the field some.
He's going to be able to play, and he can play.
Sizemore takes it, leaves it off with Jewell. Sidesteps the tackler in the backfield and stumbles forward over the line of scrimmage for a gain of about, looks like maybe 3 or 4. He got a little more than I thought he did, actually.
You mentioned Noah Taylor, David. He's a kid. He's, been a quarterback through the middle school system, won a couple of state championships down at that level. But Coach Haddock says he's just such a good athlete. He made the decision to go with Sizemore, and those. That's what happens, sometimes when you're a little bit younger. But he said, I'm going to get him on the field because he's just a tremendous athlete and he can help us.
Well, he is a kid that's going to help, certainly. And he just is, and I don't know the young man, but from everything I hear, just a great kid, hard worker, and a good student. So he's the kind of kid that when he gets on the field, he's probably going to stay there for a while.
Well, he talks a lot. He actually don't say anything.
I know, because I've never heard his voice.
He don't say anything.
A good mark there, or a good spot, I should say, for Corbin, as they will pick up the first down. Yeah, that's the one thing that I remember about him. Everybody said he doesn't talk very much, a good student. But those are the kind of kids that when they get their chance, Burley, they tend to make the most of it.
That's right.
Hounds have it 1st and 10 at the 38 of the Redhounds. 2 minutes exactly to go in the opening period. 7-0 lead for the Hounds. Corbin has the football for the second time tonight. Waggener, nice opening drive. Took it from their 20 down to the Corbin 27. They were held on 4th and 1. Sizemore an empty backfield. Changes his cadence a bit. We've got movement on the line. I don't know if Corbin moved first, but there was a A lot of movement over on this side. Looks like it's going to go against Louisville Central. Offsides on the Wildcats.
5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Caleb Mitchell, another Redhound we've talked a little bit about, David. He's playing receiver. Last week played some defensive back.
I think he had an interception, didn't he?
I think he did, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's split out to the right side here, 6'2". He's a pretty good-sized kid. A.J. Moore wide to the left side. Sizemore with, looks like Tucker Jewell flanking him to the right. Noah Taylor, the tight end on the right side. Sizemore going to keep it himself. Lowers his head. Good run. Gets out over the 50. Picks up the first down. I tell you, we saw that last year so much with Kopic, Burley, and Jewell starting to get that same kind of respect from the defense. You know, Kopic would pound it for 20 yards, then you fake it to him, and it's wide open for somebody else. So that's what we saw right then.
He's a good little football player. I'm telling you, he really is. I wouldn't put him in Jake Kopic's league right yet, but I think by the end of the year, he's going to be there. I really do. I think it's all upside for Tucker Jewell.
Well, he's already drawing a lot of attention. That time they faked it to Tucker off the left side, and they converged on him, leaving a gaping hole off the right side for the quarterback, Sizemore, who picked up the first down for the Hounds. 1st and 10, ball resting just over the 50-yard line. Sizemore going to work out of the gun again. Gives it to Jonah French, trying to get around the left side, loses his footing, will be hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Really a good job by Jonah just to get back to the line of scrimmage as he was hitting the backfield.
Yeah, it was a busted play. He didn't really have a chance to get started. He's another kid that's got, he's a junior, but he's got some speed, and we saw some good things out of him last week. Corbin looks a little flat offensively tonight to me.
Hey, here's the thing. Emotional win last week, like you said. We're playing it. We kicked off at 9:15. That's a bit of a different thing. And it's been a long day. I mean, these kids were up this morning 7 o'clock getting ready for school, and probably a little tired. Carter and Moore wide to the right side for the Hounds. It's Mitchell back to the left side. They bring him in motion right in front of the quarterback. Fake it to him. Hand off on the counter to Jewell. He's into the backfield. See you later. Jewell up the left sideline. Going to take it all the way down to the 15-yard line. Good run that time by Jewell. 35 yards off the left side. And Corbin first down and goal down near the 15-yard line.
Just a little inside trap that time, and Tucker showed a little burst of speed there. He was no match for the Louisville Central speed, but he's shown that he does have a little bit of speed.
Just about on cue as the Redhounds get down into that end of the field, the lights go out. First and goal from the 15-yard line. I tell you what, Coach, we miss Donna Bowling over here on these games because usually she feeds us very well. So far tonight, nothing. Around the right side, Sizemore breaks a tackle, still on his feet, lumbers down to about the 10-yard line. The big guy refused to go down. Coach just slung that guy off with his left hand, I tell you.
That brings us to the end of the first quarter.
That will be the end of the first quarter. Hounds on top 7-0. Redhounds threatening win return. We'll take a break and then be back to... my head. Sizemore gives it off on the end around to Carter. He's got a blocker out in front of him. Angles to the right sideline. He's going to take it into the end zone, I believe. Touchdown, Corbin. Carter goes for the pile-on. The cannon goes off. Hounds on top 13-0. Good run that time, but that's a good-looking play.
It is, and I'll tell you what makes that play is Tucker Jewell. Because keep running them little inside traps, you fake that, and you bring somebody in motion, there he goes.
And a pretty quick kid at that. He got on that corner, and he was running for the pylon, as they say. Once again, mention one more time here as Kennedy wanted to attempt the extra point. Snap is a good one. Steps into it, drives it through. Effortless, Coach. The ball just explodes off his foot. But the cannon fire is sponsored by the Mobile Mutts, Knox Whitley Animal Shelter, Rescue, Foster Adoption Services, and that organization headed up by Vicki Crook. We certainly appreciate all that they do. And Connie Lloyd, Burley, brings that cannon over here every week for the home games. Does it on his own time and his own effort, and certainly appreciate that. I think it adds something to the games.
He's an old Redhound himself.
Well, sure he is.
Hey, what happens if he goes to sleep down there and he don't fire one?
Oh, no.
We still get the points, don't we?
Yeah, we get the points, but it won't happen.
Okay.
It just won't happen.
Okay.
Now, he will head out of here a little bit early. He works on the 42-point rule. on a big lead, you may not get the cannon fire on those last touchdowns or so, but it's a pretty good game. He hangs around. Cannon set to tee it up on his 40. Hounds on top 14-0. Good crowd on hand tonight, Coach. Beautiful night once again for the Pigskin Classic, and just another outstanding crowd. Varsity Club done a wonderful job with this thing.
A lot of $5 here, aren't they?
Yes, there is.
Big crowd for the Knox Central brought some people tonight.
They certainly did.
And boy, did they get a treat. Their football team played very well in the second half.
Well, and you know that just about everybody here is worn out that concession stand. I've seen big lines at the concession stands all night long. They've got one set up on this side, and then across the way the main concession stand. They've done a good job here tonight. And all this money will go right back to the Corbin athletic programs. Kennedy steps into it, booms it long. This one back near the goal line as well. Will be fielded at the 1 by Murray. Bryant really starts up the left side. Will be hit and hammered down at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 there for Waggener.
Number 81 for Corbin. That's a new number for us. We'll see who that is.
Ethan Sims.
Sims in on the tackle. And number 20, Brendan Henniger.
So it must have been Lucas Burley that hurt his knee.
Either that or he's had a fastest comeback from ACL ever.
Yeah. That's terrible. I know I've heard nothing but good things about those two young men as far as their athletic ability and being good, hard-working kids and
good football players, both of them.
Yeah, that's too bad. Maybe he'll make a quick recovery and be good to go again next year real quickly. 14-0, Hounds on top. 1st and 10 from the 27 for Waggener. McCoy working out of the gun. Bryant flanking him to his right. 2 wide outs to the left side, the short side of the field. 1st and 10 for Waggener. Bryant back to pass, fires a bullet across the middle, incomplete. Threw that one into traffic. Dylan Brock had it played very well, got a hand on it, knocked it down.
Yeah, nearly picked that off. Dylan Brock's a kid. I think as the year goes on, is going to get going, make some big plays on defense. Hadn't said his name a lot, but, he's the guy out there that they're scheming to block because he's a returning veteran player. But he's a guy that's got to make big plays for Corbin to have a good season.
I really thought that, and I still think that before the year's out, he's going to carry the football some, Burley. We saw him bang out some big runs last year.
I think he'll get some touches before it's over.
And I kind of liked him in that tight end slot as well. He and Severe both. Taken down in 10 for Wagner from their own 27. McCoy directing traffic. Corbin trying to get the hold here. Long count by McCoy. They're going to give it off up the middle this time. Just over the line, bouncing over the 30 is Bryant. That's about the 32, maybe. Gain of about 4. We'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Big Josh Hampton in the game now, Dave. They move Harley back outside, Josh inside along that defensive line. He was in on the stop then.
I tell you, that he's a good kid.
Well, I see a guy on this sideline down here.
There he is.
Be there.
He's a good man right there in that red shirt. John Jones.
I'm going to report him to security. What's he doing over here?
Well, he's
not much.
I would just about guarantee he's aggravating somebody.
Yeah.
I'm one of those varsity club guys. He was working in the ticket booth earlier tonight.
Former Redhound coach.
3rd down and 5 for Wagner. McCoy working out of the gun, looks to throw. No, he's going to hand it off on a little delayed sweep to Bryant, trying to get around the left side. Corbin strings it out pretty well. A big pile up over there at about the 35-yard line. Looked like Bryant needed to make the 36. Then flags come down on top of the pile over there.
Here's what I'm impressed by Louisville Wagner. They win one game last year, I think, maybe. They've lost the first game this year. They traveled 3 hours to play a team that's won 5 state championships in their home bowl game, and they're not one bit intimidated. I can tell you that.
No, and they came here expecting to play at 8 o'clock, and they kick off at 9:15. So.
Yeah, but my hat's off to them. I think they've hung in here pretty good.
A personal foul is going to go against Corbin Burley. Evidently, a late hit over on that sideline. It's going to back push Waggener forward to about the 50-yard line. Actually, the ball is going to be placed, I believe, at about the 48. So another first down for the Wildcats. Corbin on top, 14-0. 10:41 to go in the opening period.
Waggener will have it 1st and 10. Ball spotted on the 48-yard line.
McCoy still at quarterback. I like this young man. They say that Rashawn Brown will play some quarterback as well. McCoy, a very live arm. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, working from the 48. A beautiful night for football. This is a great Corbin crowd. I don't see an open seat over there at all. Wide receiver screen, they get it out to Rashawn Brown. He cuts it back up against the grain over the 50 down to the Corbin 48-yard line. Gain of about 4. We see that same play there that Corbin runs a lot.
Dylan Brock in on the stop. Also Grant Gibson, another one of those freshmen, in there playing some linebacker now. Playing inside for Devin Sands. Dustin Sands. Devin's the one that was injured, the receiver.
Two wide outs to the left, 2 to the right. I've been impressed with this Waggener offense, Bertie. They're very methodical.
Quick.
Good variety. Mix it up pretty good. Run it just well enough to keep you honest. And as I said, McCoy, very good arm. High snap. They hand it off to Bryant. He cuts it up against the grain. Got some room. Bangs it out over right tackle. Still keeps his feet moving all the way down to the 40-yard line. He was hit after about a 5-yard gain, Burley, and pushed the pile forward for about another 5.
Well, I'll tell you what they did then. They knocked us off the football. They really did. I mean, I was just getting ready to say they haven't really tried to run the football in between the tackles, but that time they did, and they knocked us off the football.
And not nearly we've got a cramp or an injury here as Rashawn Brown goes down. He was walking to the sideline, then just went down.
That was the old New York Giants trick there, wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't think he's tricking, though. I think he's hurt.
Oh, do you?
It's his wrist.
Oh.
We got a timeout on the field. We'll take a break as well. We'll be right back in 30 seconds. 9:37 to go in the first half. Corbin on top, 4. Corbin on top, 14-0, 9:37 to go in the first half. That was a timeout taken by Louisville Waggener.
Well, 14-0, Dave, by the Redhounds, and we're just early into the second quarter. But I'll tell you this, it's been a hard-fought 14-0 game.
You know, that's the thing about playing football in Louisville. You can be pretty good and be 1-10.
Mm-hmm.
Waggener football. McCoy's got him at the line. 1st and 10, working from the Corbin 40-yard line. McCoy takes it, drops back to throw, sets up, fires long down the middle of the field. He's got a receiver out there, incomplete. He was open. He had a step on the Corbin defender out there. That was.
He ran right by us.
That was number 8, and again, White. Okay, I had him on my secondary roster. Yeah, he got behind somebody over there.
Jacob Moore, 22. Playing that Rover. Jacob's a good story. Kid kind of hung around, you know, and it's his turn to play, and he's won him a spot.
No, that's what it's all about. Second down and 10. McCoy maybe changing his play at the line. Wide outs to both sides. Actually, 2 to both sides. One back flanking the quarterback to his left. They're going to give it off to him. That's Bryant. He breaks the tackle line of scrimmage, breaks another tackle, still on his feet, drugged down from behind by Brock, but not before he gained about 7 yards. That young man runs hard, Burley.
I got to tell you, I'm impressed with them up front right now. They're getting on us and blocking us.
Frank Bryant's listed at 5'7", 165. I believe the 5'7" part. He looks a little heavier than 165 to me, though.
Not much difference, I bet, in offensive statistics in this first half, David.
No.
Other than the score.
We'll see soon. Josh Van Nostrand keeping track, and he'll share with us at halftime. 3rd down and 3. Big defensive play here for the Hounds. McCoy working out of the gun again. Now he motions some traffic around. Handoff Bryant again left side. Big Harley Lambert's got him this time. Harley wrestles him to the turf. Well, they kind of scored it free, but he's going to be, they're going to actually call him, call his forward progress stop at about the 39, or excuse me, the 34-yard line, so a loss on the play of a yard. 4th down, about 6, Coach. I guess 4-down territory.
Yeah, you got to go for it. You're on the road. You're down 14-0. Why not? Inside the 40-yard line.
Hey, I heard today, you know, we were talking to our buddy Paul Taylor today, and he was reading some SEC magazine that had Kentucky picked at 8 and 4. What do you think?
I bet they don't sell many magazines here right then.
Did you see that? I wonder if he was reading like Mad Magazine.
Yeah.
McCoy rolling to his left, dumps it off in the flat, incomplete. That's kind of a poor pass there. That's really the first really bad pass that he's thrown. Had his man open that time and just missed him. And for the second time tonight, Waggener will turn it over on downs. Corbin is held again, and the Hounds will get it back at leading 14-0.
Bent but didn't break. Pretty good defense there. Good coverage. Waggener missed an opportunity, though. They had a guy wide open in the seam and just missed him. And the quarterback, he's been accurate tonight, but the one time he's got somebody wide open, sometimes he you know, they can be too open, and he was, evidently.
Are you seeing some different combinations of players on the defensive side tonight than we saw?
We are.
Yeah, it looks like they're just running a lot of kids in and out of there, which is fine. It just looks a little different to me. Here's Jewell off the right side. Going to be hit and stacked up after a short game, but he does keep his feet moving. Gets it out to about the 38-yard line, gain of 4.
Been a pretty quick first move in half, Dave. But
you know, I didn't think that the two Centrals, Louisville and Knox, I didn't think they were ever going to get over. That game took forever. It was a good game. Then we got an offsides call. Again, it looked like Sizemore changes his cadence, Burley. Obviously we can't hear it from here, but he kind of throws his hands down a bit, and he's drawn them offsides twice.
Yeah, that's a weapon, let me tell you, in high school football, is to be able to do that. It really is.
I look over there at that Corbin stands, Burley, completely full.
Oh, it's a good crowd.
That's a bigger crowd. That's a bigger crowd as we've seen. Here's a handoff up the middle again. Now that's going to be Sizemore. Keeps it himself. Starts around the right side. Cut down from behind at about the 50-yard line. And he's going to be, it's going to be enough for the first down, I think, though.
Well, again, they're just knocking them off football. That's the strength of our football team right now, and it seems to be what we're doing best.
Looks pretty good. And to me, he just looks, I don't know, he's deceptively quick. Is that the right term for him? And when he gets his momentum going, it takes him a couple steps, but when he gets the momentum going, he's a pretty quick kid. Cameron takes it, looks to throw, sets up, fires long down the left side, intended for Moore, up for grabs. Moore makes the catch, fights and then lost the football. Then Corbin falls on it. It looks like a fumble. They're going to call it a catch and a fumble. Now, Louisville Waggener folks are going to be upset with this. I think it was not a catch.
I think it was incomplete also.
I did too. He did not make a fumble. That's a good call. The officials confer and wave it off. Now, the fans don't like it, but I think that's a good.
I think it's the right call.
I agree.
We got some free hot dog here. Angie brought us a free hot dog.
Yeah.
How about that?
Hey, listen, the free food is good.
I love free food.
Free food is good. Yeah, we were complaining about missing Donna Bowling, and shortly thereafter, somebody brought us food. Appreciate that. We need to complain more often. I tell you what, a pretty good arm strength there shown by Sizemore, Burley. He stepped into that pass and threw it about 35 yards in the air.
The thing that I saw that impressed me was the Central Louisville Waggener's defensive back didn't allow AJ to get in the route there before it was hung up. He was leaning on him pretty good.
Second down and 10 for Corbin, working from the 50. Hand off right side. Jewel banks it off. The right tackle gets outside, still on his feet. He's got the first down and more, all the way down inside the 40, so about the 38-yard line. Good run that time, gain of 11. He's got quick feet, Burley, and he changes direction on a dime.
He's a north-south runner. You know, in high school football, that's what you love, is kids that'll go north and south, and that's what he is. I mean, he's a north-south runner, and he's got those good shifty feet.
1st and 10 now for the Hounds. Well, we're starting to get to me, looking like they're getting a little more pep in their step here than they had earlier in the game. Jewel's been pretty peppy all night, though, I must say. Carter and Jewel in the backfield with Sizemore. They're going to give it to Carter this time. Lowers his head, bangs into the line. Gets it down to the 35. Gain of 3. 2nd and 7 for Corbin.
Made a nice cut right there. Nothing outside, even though he only picked up a few yards. That's a good cut by Drew there. Sometimes you got to live for another day, and he just got what he could.
He took his medicine, too, didn't he?
He did. Yes, he did.
He's going to need a little Tylenol after that pop. He got hit pretty good. 2nd and 7 for Corbin. Next week, Hounds at home against Clay County.
Nope, on the road.
Oh, excuse me, on the road to Clay County. I apologize. Is that a Saturday night game, Coach?
That's what the schedule says.
Oh, I hope that's a typo. Hand off right side. Jules got it. Tries to get around the corner, and he's going to be hit and piled up. Not much room at all there. May have picked up a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and long for Corbin.
I mean, let's give Waggener a little credit here, Dave. Think about what they've done. They could travel 3 hours, and like I say, the season's not going to be, hey, they're not intimidated. They're laying it to us out there sometimes.
So they brought the wood on the last two
They
hits.
did then. I mean,
Carter and Jewel have both got stuck pretty good on the last 2 plays. 4:53 to go in the opening half of play. 14-0, Corbin on top. Been a very competitive game. Sizemore at the line, tries to draw him off sides with that changing cadence. Does not do so that time. He's going to finally take it and gives it off to Carter, running hard off the left tackle. Sets it up inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line.
Ball down by number 2, Christine. 8-yard gain.
They give him 8 yards. Wow, that didn't look like an 8-yard gain to me, but I guess it was. It does move the chains. Corbin with a fresh set of downs. I'll tell you what, this is a murderer's row, though, of a schedule for Corbin. You talk about playing Mayfield, Bell County, this Knox Central team that beat Louisville Central tonight.
Pulaski
Southwestern. Bell County. It's going to be a very, very difficult stretch of games coming up here pretty quickly. Back to throw. Sizemore sets up, fires on down the left side. This is going to be incomplete. Once again, a great job. The defensive back of Waggener, Burley, not letting A.J. Moore get into his pattern. It really could have been a penalty on Moore.
It could have been. I'm telling you, I saw that coverage earlier. He did a great job there. Got a penalty flag over here. I'll tell you what I think it was. I think our tight end on the right side wasn't on the line. I think we were going to say we had too many men in the backfield.
I'm not sure they're discussing it. Taking plenty of time.
I've always wondered this, and I'm not criticizing referees. What takes so long? Even in like pros in college, they go over and they start talking. He was either offside or he wasn't.
Yeah,
he was on the line or he wasn't. It was pass interference or it wasn't. Do you see what I'm saying?
I see exactly what you're saying. I don't know. Now they're going to talk to Wagner's captain for just a minute here.
And again, it's a question, really. I mean, I don't know what they're...
It's going to be against Corbin, whatever. We have not seen a signal yet from the official. I would believe, Burley, that you're right.
I think we were lined up in the backfield. Our right tight end wasn't on the line.
It was a 5-yard penalty. It's going to move us back to what the...
Have a legal procedure against Corbin and a dead ball personal foul against each team that will offset.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
A little testy.
Yeah. Offsetting dead ball personal foul, so probably a little extracurricular action there that we did not see, but the 5-yard penalty will go against Corbin. Brings up 1st down and 15 now, working from about the 32-yard line. Now, this official that was left out of the conversation, he needs some explanation. He's going to hustle in there and get what he needed.
They do it on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, listen, these guys done a great job here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And, the reason why, I've hardly noticed them. I think that's the mark of a greatly officiated game is you don't even notice the guys. Sizemore takes it, steps back to throw. He's chased out of the pocket. He's going to have to keep it himself. The big guy lumbers around the left side, sheds one tackler, then will be hit and dropped at about the 27. Picked up the 5 yards on the penalty. Will bring up 2nd down and 10. But they've got a good one going on down there at the concession stand. There's the smoke is rolling in. Or maybe it's the fog off of Lincoln Creek.
That's what my house looks like when I fry chicken.
Yeah. Maybe they put the grill out down there. I don't know, but it is sure smoked up down there.
We'll make it 2nd and 11.
And the lights on the end of the other end of the field there have not came back on yet.
Corbin struggling here to move the football. A couple penalties that shot him in the foot, but struggling a little bit.
2nd down and 10 for the Hounds, working from the 27 of Louisville Waggener. Here comes the blitz. They set up the screen. Sizemore tries to get it off to Carter. Incomplete. Really is pretty well defended. They got a good rush on the quarterback, but they would have had Carter wrapped up pretty easily had he made the catch. 3rd down now and about 10. See A.J. Moore, Barley, kind of limping back to the sideline. He's shaking up just a little maybe.
He's had some injury problems. Had a shoulder separation, I think, early in his career. And pretty good football player.
Oh, he's a good football player. He's fearless. He's a kid that I think Corbin could not do without for a long period of time and still be effective. Just a very, very good wide receiver. He will split wide to the right side, Ellison to the left. Carter in the backfield with Sizemore. A little movement on the line, no call. Sizemore looks to throw. Steps up, pump fakes, chased out of the pocket. Keeps it himself, gets free of a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Lowers his head, bowling all the way down inside the 20 to the 16-yard line. It's going to be close to the 1st down. On 3rd and 11, Sizemore looks to have picked up about 10, Burley.
That was a tight end delay that time. They had Noah Taylor out there to the right, wide open, but the pressure forced him out away from that. They did a good job. They sent everybody this way and let him delay and cross the field. And, I mean, there was nobody there, but Cameron got heat up the middle, and he couldn't, and him being left-handed, he couldn't get the vision over there to see him to throw it.
It looks like they're going to measure, or they're talking something over again here.
I believe the Newberries are going to measure it.
Yep, they're going to measure, okay. You're supposed to get these at home. We'll see how Raj does.
I guarantee if Tick was doing it, we'd get him.
Tick's the supervisor of the measuring crew now. He's not. We're a little bit short.
You know what Tick used to do, don't you? He'd roll that chain around.
Sure he would.
Then he'd let it out when he got back.
Well, just like officials. You do the job and then you move to the supervisor role. Tick's the supervisor now. I see him. He's down there. He's grading these guys. He's probably got a clipboard checking off, if they're doing it right. How many times it's supposed to do, we don't get it by, half a yard, like right there. Could be a problem. If you want to move up the ranks, it could be a problem.
If you ever want to be supervisor yourself.
Well, that's right. I have no idea what this conversation is. They're still discussing something. Sizemore moves under center. Nobody in the backfield. This looks like he called him off. Boy, changed his cadence again. Brought it to the line and drew him offside. That's the 3rd time tonight. Wow.
Hey, that's like a 5-yard running play. I mean, it's a tremendous job by that kid.
You know what they say, and I've heard them talk on Sunday about that. Who they say in the NFL that's the best at that? They say Roethlisberger. They said he, and that's a, kind of an obscure stat, but he's the guy that pulls more people offsides in the pros than anybody.
What I thought that.
1st and 10 from the 12-yard line.
I wouldn't have even thought about that, but I heard one of those announcers say it.
Redhounds need to get this one in here because I'm telling you, Louisville Waggener's a team that can strike fast.
Well, again, it's been a little bit of a flat first half for Corbin. They played well enough, very workmanlike effort. Handoff right side to Carter. He's going to be hit and dropped in the hole. Boy, they brought the leather on that one, too. He's pushed back a couple yards. He got stuck.
I'll tell you who got stuck. Is this wide receiver over here, number 9, drove him out of bounds. They're physical. I'm telling you, they didn't come down here to just mess around. They're laying the wood to us.
There are 2 minutes to go in the opening half here. 14-0 Hounds on top, 3rd down and 10, ball on the 12-yard line of Louisville Waggener. Hounds need to pump one in here if they can. Tell you what, Louisville Waggener showing a little emotion here.
Feisty little football team, I got to tell you.
Because, you know, Corbin is obviously a good football program and a team that has a lot of tradition, but Wagner's got to feel pretty good just to get out of Louisville and play a game or two. Hand off right side to Jewel. Boy made a nice move in the hole, cuts left and gets it down inside the 5 to about the 4. 8-yard gain there for Tucker. That was a nice jump stop. One of those Emmitt Smith kind of jump stops we talked about last week, Burley.
He looked like a rabbit getting up in that hole. I'm telling you, he really
Quick.
did. He's going to have a tremendous year. Already has, off to a great start. Tucker, the son of former Redhound football coach Steve Jewell. Steve now down at Cumberland, the University of the Cumberland's got a big win last night over Campbellsville. Campbellsville rated in the top 20, and Cumberland went into their house and upset them.
Well, that's I did not know that. That's good to know. 3rd down and 3 here for the Hounds, working from the 4-yard line. We got movement again on the line. Flags coming in from everywhere.
That one don't hurt them too bad. There was only 4 yards to go, so they lose 2.
Yep, on 3rd down, it's not going to help them, though.
Nope.
Corbin's going to change their package now as they bring a lot of new faces into the game. Dylan Brock checks in on offense. I think is that the first time he's been in tonight on offense?
I think this is his first play from scrimmage.
I like that kid. I really think that he's a guy that's going to eventually help them on the offensive side. He's on the back of the eye right now. Jewell playing fullback just in front of him. Sizemore moves under center. They leave it off with Brock. He lowers his head, dives for the end zone. No signal from the official. The Corbin players say touchdown. Now the officials concur. Touchdown to Corbin. Brock bangs it in from a couple yards out. Hounds extend their lead.
Well,
flags down as well in the defensive backfield, Burley.
Well, I think we got a personal foul over there on the sideline. I thought I saw a flag go down over there too. I think it's on them, but boy, we were close to it being on us because we started to retaliate. But nevertheless, big Dylan Brock. I mean, he's the big back, if you will. The guy's going to have to get those tough yards, and he did then.
Yeah, he got hit right at the line of scrimmage, kind of pushed forward and got his shoulders squared up. I guess they'll assess that penalty on the kickoff, probably, Burley.
I think so.
Cannon may kick this one in Lynn Camp Creek if they scoot him up too much. Lucas on to attempt the extra point. Hounds lead at 20-0. Snap down, kick on the way, and perfect right down the middle. Corbin extends their lead, 21-0. Hounds on top, 24 seconds to go. We're going to hang on to it right here, Burley, as we'll be going to the halftime break, a little bit of an extended break here tonight. And talk just a little bit about the upcoming schedule for the Hounds. Clay County next week. I don't know much about the Tigers. I'm sure they'll be physical on the road. It's a big game. Anytime Corbin goes on the road in southeastern Kentucky, those teams have that game circled on their schedule.
I think this first or second year for Clay County new coach, too, so I'm sure he's trying to get the program excited. And I guess the way I understand it, and somebody correct me if you know different, is the game is on Saturday night, and it's a bowl game. At least that's what the schedule says. Now, when I saw that, I was like you. I thought that might be a typo, but nobody's told me any different.
Actually, I hoped it was a typo. I didn't really think it would be. I didn't really know about it until today, to be perfectly honest. I kind of go week to week in my deal. I just I don't plan ahead a whole lot, but I really thought that we would have heard that before now. But not necessarily. Then there's a man that knows. Josh Van Nostrand down there would know.
We'll find that out.
We'll be speaking
to clarify that at halftime for you fans.
Yeah, we'll be speaking with them at halftime. Now they're going to move Cananoo up to the 45 of Louisville Central. 24 seconds to go.
He might kick a field goal right
You're not going to get cute, but if I was Cananoo, I was going to see if I could kick it in those hedges back there.
I think what he'll do is squib it.
Oh, he probably will, but it'd be fun to see you kick it out of here.
Another wonderful night for football. Boy, the last 2 years we've been pretty lucky. Other than the first game last year was pretty warm.
45-yard line.
Us getting our head hammered about 39.
Over there at Pulaski, yeah, it was hot in that press box and got hotter as the game went on. Cannonu set to kick it away from the 45 of Waggener after the penalty was assessed. He steps into it, and he lets this one go. This one's going to get on out of here pretty quick. That one's out of the end zone. That one was on the back of the end zone, into the hedges. Waggener takes over 1st and 10 after 20. And I'm sure Coach Jody Mauser there's got this stat. I want to keep up with how many touchbacks he has this year.
He's a good kicker.
It's a weapon. It really is. You may mention the fact making the other team play with a long field. That's really good. A big deal.
Tell you another kicker we had in the past was Gus Hauser was a fine kicker.
Oh yes he was. Yes he was, Burley. You coached kickers for a while, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, actually.
I never knew you could kick any.
That don't mean you can't coach.
Well, I'm just saying I didn't. I coach golf and then can't play. So quick pass out the left side to Brian. He makes a couple guys miss, reverses his field all the way back to the other side. He's got a little bit of room. Will be chased down from behind. He ran 100 yards and gained 15. That's a good run that time. Showing good quickness. Tracked down from behind by Caleb Parker, I believe.
He's got a cramp too. Corbin then going into a kind of a prevent look here. I never did like that. I always like to just get up there and play defense. A lot of coaches do. They like to, put them way back. I think you drop them some, but boy, I've seen some plays in these prevents where they get in space with that speed, and it's pretty tough luck.
It seemed like in the pro game they do the same thing, and they almost concede a field goal.
Yeah.
And then it gets you down there where you have a couple shots at the end zone with those big wide receivers. Anything can happen at that point. But, just 10 seconds to go. Timeout on the field. We're kind of gabbing here, but Wagner's talking things over on the sideline. Corbin on top, 21-0.
Been a hard-fought 21.
Let's remind everybody to stick around for the Froyo Frozen Yogurt halftime show. Also did not get a chance to get Coach Haddix on the air tonight. I was unable to track him down at school today, but we'll be sure and get him on again next week and get his comments about this game and Clay County as well.
Grant Gibson, a freshman, getting some playing time tonight.
Well, this is what you call prevent. 4 spread across the 40-yard line, a good 25 yards off the line of scrimmage. Only 3 down linemen and 3 linebackers. So back to throw. McCoy sets up, throws down the middle of the field, incomplete. Hit his man right in the ankle.
Let me give you an example. If he catches that ball on the run, David,
it's trouble.
It's trouble.
Well, yeah, and here's the thing. You got 8 guys in the secondary. How'd he get that open? He was dead wide open. Just a poor pass.
Yeah. But he's catching that thing with momentum coming this way. Then we got 1 guy left over here to tackle him.
If he breaks the tackle, 13 there was going to be put in a difficult position. Lucas Ellison there. He's going to have to make a one-on-one open field tackle with a guy on the move.
Right. That knows what he's going to do.
Well, they're going to get another shot. Clock stopped with 5 seconds to go. We're in the same formation. It's a 3-4-4. McCoy's going to run it this time. Gives it off to Bryant straight up the middle. He's got a little room, but he will be dragged down from behind, and that will bring to a close the first half of play. 21-0. Corbin on top. We'll break and then be back to Campbell Field. Talk to Coach Crowley about this first half. Cannonu steps into it, and he booms another long one right down the middle. This is going to push White all the way back to the 1-yard line. Starts up the right side. Got a little bit of an alleyway. Makes a couple guys miss. Reverses his field and will be hit and dropped down at the 28-yard line. Good run back there. Pretty nifty run and a pretty nifty little player there. That kid's quick.
Yeah, our coverage broke down on this left side, but the right side did a good job staying in their lanes. When we cut back, they were there to make the stop.
I thought the same thing. I thought if he kept continuing up that right sideline there, he had a little better alleyway than cutting back.
Very comfortable night, though. for high school football. You made a statement today, David, that you understood there had been no humidity problems throughout the state this year with
I've not heard anybody that had heat index issues at all. And obviously, the further we go into the season, the less chance of that happening. That's really a good thing. I can remember a couple of years ago, sometimes it took 2 and 3 hour delays to get games played. Handoff left side to Bryant. He's going to be brought down at the 32, gain of about 3.
Number 25.
Stacked there. Dylan Brock, also Dustin Sams in on the stop. He had just a crack to run through there, and it filled up.
Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I'm going to give him 4 yards on that one. See Jimmy Hendrickson down there. He watches over this field like it's his pet project. He
got it handed off from Coach Gorman and kept up the good work.
Yes, he did. This field's in perfect shape. McCoy takes it, leaves it with the second back through Bryant. Makes a couple guys miss. He's into the secondary. He's going to be pulled down from behind by Sam, but not before he picks up the first down easily out near the 50-yard line. Coach, you made a really good point in the first half. This team is playing hard, and they came out of the second half, quite frankly, with more fire in their belly than Corbin has. Had a nice run back on the kickoff and a couple really good positive plays here to begin this third quarter.
Pretty flat right now. Dustin Sams did a good job there. That might go for a touchdown.
Yeah, he chased that down from the weak side, didn't he?
He did.
.45 to go in the third. Corbin on top, 21-0. Waggener with the football playing near midfield on a 1st down and 10. McCoy back to throw, fires across the middle, incomplete. Well, a pretty good pop out there. That's one of the ones where the quarterback led the receiver right into the defense. I'm not sure that the Corbin kid didn't get the worst of that.
DJ Murphy on the coverage along with Dylan Brock. Actually, the Louisville Central team player got Louisville Central. Louisville Waggener player got low, and then the 2 Corbin players ran together.
Well, one of them was Justin Davis, Burley. He got up shaking his head. He shook up just a little bit. Took a pretty good pop there. Clock stop, 10:33 to go in the third. 2nd down and 10 for Waggener. 3 wide outs to the left. That's the far side of the field. 1 to the right, the short side. Short side, I should say. Bryant in the backfield with McCoy, the quarterback. Boy, McCoy's jersey is as white as it can be. He's not gotten on the ground all night long. And there's a flag thrown from the back judge. That's got to be delay game.
5-yard penalty to make it 2nd and 15.
See, that's the kind of things that stopped them tonight. They had a fumble earlier, and they've had a couple of personal foul penalty over there one time on a drive, and now an offsides penalty after they get some momentum going. Just a little bit undisciplined.
It's still early in the year, but you're right, Coach, and it's been at inopportune times. So I don't guess there really is an opportune time to get a penalty, but sometimes worse than others. Same formation, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Bryant flanking the quarterback. They hand it off to him. He's going to try to get around the left side, being chased out there, cuts it up, hit in, dropped out near the 50. Got the 5 yards back from the penalty. We'll bring up 3rd down in about 10.
Again, a positive gain. That's 5 yards. If they don't get the penalty, they're in 3rd and 4, reachable range for 1st down.
Looking across the way, the stands have emptied out just a bit over there.
Well, 3rd shift started. Everybody had to go to work.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what you can do. I mean, there's just not much.
You play it on Saturday and play it started earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing you can do. Nothing else. And I'm not saying do that. It's only.
Yeah. And a lot of times, you are battling that heat index, and you're waiting till later in the evening to get it done. Now, today would not have mattered. Handoff straight up the gut. Bryant hit and drop for a loss on the play. Harley Lambert there, as well as, who's that young man on the far side? Was it number? Dylan Brock, okay.
Big Harley said, that's enough.
Yeah.
He's a nice player, David.
He is a nice player.
I think he's a college player. I really do. I think he's a college player. I don't know at what level, but he's definitely a college player.
Yeah, Cody Evans in there, too, number 8. That's who I was trying to pick up off the bottom of that pile. Cody was actually the first guy there, I believe.
He's made some big plays this early in the year. He got really strong over the winter and just quick. Just quick for a lineman.
Well, he's got just a little bit of honor in him, too, Coach, and that never hurts.
You like those.
Set to kick it away. Wilson steps into it. It's a low, tight spiral. Is going to hit. Takes a Waggener bounce. Fielded by Moore back at the 20-yard line. Shakes and makes up the right sideline. Makes a couple people miss, and then he gets hammered down to the 35-yard line. Flags come down on top of the pile.
I think it's going to be a hold or illegal block on Corbin.
I'll tell you what Waggener will do. They'll hit you, Coach.
Ask AJ if they'll hit you.
It was one of those deals where he was almost down, and a guy just stuck his shoulder right in him.
They're much better than I anticipated. They really are. I could see them in that Louisville area. I don't know how many games they can win, but I could see them winning some football games.
Again, that's a bad place to have just a pretty good team.
Look at their front four right there. Their front four on defense is not little either. Number 50 there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a full-grown man.
But, it is. There's some really, really good football. And, and a good point. Knox Central gets pummeled last week by Bryan Station and comes in here tonight and beats Louisville Central. I mean, that just shows you how good Lexington football is. .8:39 to go in the third. Corbin on top, 21-0. Sizemore working out of the shotgun. That's the dark end of the field. Those lights have been out most of the night. Handoff up the gut. That's Carter. He gets it out over the 25 to about the 27-yard line. Gain of 6. He runs very low to the ground as well, doesn't he?
He does. The two backs, they complement each other in a way. You're not seeing a lot of John French tonight. We saw him get quite a few carries against Whitley County, but not seeing him a lot tonight.
No, he carried it early in just one time early in the game, and
he's in there now.
He is in there now. He's lined up in the backfield with Sizemore. They're going to give it to him, Brady, right on cue. He lowers his head and slams into the line, gets it to the 30, gain of about 3. Who's the best running back you ever saw wear a Corbin jersey, Coach?
Greg Taylor.
That's hard to argue. I couldn't argue that either. I think Greg certainly.
Now, I didn't see the Birds.
I wouldn't say certainly the best football players that I've seen live play was probably Greg Taylor. I think Jim Spicer's in the argument as far as running back with Greg.
No doubt about it.
As far as running back, not football player, but as far as running back.
No doubt about it. Jim Spicer was a guy that kind of is forgotten around here. He was a tremendous football player.
I believe he was number 34.
I think so.
Came from 33. Came from West Virginia. Sizemore in the gun. 3rd down and 1 big play here for the Hounds. Long count, takes it, going to keep it himself, finally trying to get around the corner. I believe Corbin may have moved up front, so it's going to be a 3rd and 6, I believe. Sizemore trying to draw him off sides that time, may have pulled his own guy off, and I think that's what happened.
Corbin over the years, David, when you talk about running backs, and we talked about Tucker Jewell tonight and Drew Carter, and of course last year Jake Kopic, but I mean they have had some guys that were really good running backs.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you start talking those kind of things like we just did. You make somebody mad. You certainly don't want to do that. I think most people would have Jim Spicer and Greg Taylor in their top 3 or 4. They'd be on the short list
now,
of people in what you call quote unquote modern times
that I've seen.
That we've seen. I've never seen the Birds play, but obviously they're at the top of that list as well.
They were the best. I mean, Roger
Sizemore back to throw. He's being chased out of the pocket there after, and they got a hand on him. He's going to go down. He popped back at the 18-yard line on a 3rd down and 6. Here's what I think's interesting. I don't know that Corbin's punted the ball this year.
I don't think they have, but I think they're getting ready to.
They're getting ready to.
Hey, we just got outplayed here in the second half so far.
Well, we have, and we did not punt the ball against Whitley. And have not had to punt it here tonight. However, we're going to get to, and it's going to be Jacob Moore.
But to finish our conversation here before I start, David, I don't think anybody can argue that Roger and Calvin Bird.
Oh, I agree. I completely agree. Yeah, just based on what we read. Yeah.
I mean,
and with people like Bill Crook and
I think there were those guys, and then there were those guys.
Yeah, folks like that who know certainly. Moore takes the snap, steps into it, gets off a nice one. Kind of a knuckleball is going to hit at about the 40-yard line and bound up the sideline. It kicks into the bench over there at Louisville Central, and that's where the Wildcats will get it back at about the, looks like about the 40-yard line.
40-yard line. Waggener will take over
first punt of the year for the Hounds comes about midway deep, fairly deep into the 3rd quarter of the 2nd game.
Corbin has had over the years, as far as great football players, they're at the upper echelon of football teams. You go Jesse Grant, Mel Chandler.
One of the best. I was going to say one of the best ever. Mel Chandler.
Yeah.
Had a big birthday party
Happy birthday, Mel! Absolutely.
This past Saturday, and had a bunch of people that he coached and played with. All came in. 90 people, I think, and all turned out to honor coach and player Mel Chandler. But handoff around the left side, going to be hit and dropped. I think that is White, I believe. Not much running room. He strung it out pretty good there to do Corbin defense. But yeah, Mel Chandler, he was East-West All-Star game that year. Of course, just one of the
University of Kentucky, a great player there.
Yeah, one of the all-time greats here. But you go back through the years, and certainly I'm not qualified to talk with those folks. I did not see him play, but we were just talking about in our era. Something I think about a lot too is because you forget about people and things don't get archived like they should. But the most underrated player that you've seen in your time. I can think of one guy comes to my mind when I think about underrated, who's a really good football player that gets almost no recognition.
I'd have to think about that one a little bit. There's been a lot of those guys, and they made Corbin football.
Oh yeah, there has been, and I know certainly there's been a lot more than this one that I'm thinking of, but the one I'm thinking of, I think you'll agree with. I'll share that with you right after this play. Second down and 9 for Waggener, working from about their own 41-yard line. 21-0, Corbin on top. McCoy still in there at quarterback. May see Rayshawn Brown before the night's over. Handoff up the gut to Bryant. He's hit and knocked down immediately. Harley Lambert there. Josh Hampton there as well, I believe. Yeah, Josh was the guy that was there first. 68, not 65. I'm going to throw this name out as far as underrated. Roger Jones.
He was a good football player. He really was.
You don't hear much about him, but I tell you what, on some of those teams, of course, he played with some great players as well.
He played with Steve.
Steve Bird, and then I think Roy Taylor was on that team as well. But Roger, I just remember, it seemed like every time we had to have tough yards, he was the guy that got them.
He was a good player. Yeah. He really was.
Plays for defensive back as well. Third down and 8. Here's a handoff right side. Bryant again slips through a tackle at the line of scrimmage and then lunges forward to about the 45. Pretty good defense there. Now, Corbin's defense starting to pick it up a little bit here, Coach.
They seem like they got a little fire lit under them.
Dylan Brock in on that tackle. Dylan Brock, we've called his name several times tonight. He's had a nice football game.
He has. He's played very well.
Fourth down and 6, and it looks as if they're going to kick it away as well. Lewis, the punter. William Lewis in. A.J. Moore back deep. He's standing at about his own 22. Pretty low spiral last time from Lewis. A.J. would like to catch one of these on the run and get a little head of steam headed the other direction. Well, number 27 is going to hear it. He forgot he was on the punt team. Now they get him out there. For Waggener, not. Snap is away. Kick is another low. End over end. Moore's going to pick it up and head up the left side. Still on his feet, hit and tripped up at the 35-yard line. Well, actually, number 27 made the tackle. It's a good thing they got him out there because Moore had some green grass in front of him, and number 27 there cut him down as he barely hustled out on the field in time and ended up making the tackle.
Louisville Waggeners came out very feisty here in the second half. I got to tell you, I'm impressed with their effort.
I thought the game was going to get a little chippy there towards the end of the first half. There's a couple of personal fouls called there, one offsetting on one another, on each team, I should say, but then it's kind of cleaned up here in the second half. And we're right where we started the third quarter at 21-0, and I think Waggener has more than made a good account of themselves here in this second half. Sizemore snap out of his hands. It's on the turf. He's going to be hit and pushed down at the 25-yard line. May have been just a little bit high. Kind of caught him on the shoulder pad. Couldn't come up with it, and that's a big loss.
We had a little trouble with that in the scrimmage. We just weren't getting the snaps clean. I don't know whose fault it was, but that was an issue early on, and Coach Haddix made mention of that. He said, we got a problem with handling the snap, but we got a lot better.
Well, our center's Alec Gamble. I'm going to tell you, for as many snaps as we run and as many times as you've got to do that, and he does it almost perfectly every time, I'm not sure that was really as bad a snap as it looked like it was. Just may have caught him off guard a little bit. Here's the handoff left side, running hard. French, boy, he spins free of a tackle at the 30, gets it all the way out to the 35-yard line, gets most of that yardage back that we lost a minute ago. We'll bring up third down and 10. That's a good run that time by Jonah French. Jonah will check out, and into the game is Tucker Jewell. Corbin looking at 3rd down and 11. Burley, we're going to be staring right back at our second punt of the night, I should say. Braden Sevier out here to the left, as is Drew Carter. Sizemore takes it, looks to the right side, dumps it off underneath. Got his man out there. Catch made by Elson. Makes a couple guys miss, still on his feet. That's Mitchell, excuse me. Caleb Mitchell is going to pick up the first down as he's all the way down into Waggener territory, about the 47, Burley. Good throw that time from Sizemore.
It was, and then Mitchell had a good run after the catch.
Really good run, yes.
Coach Haddock says he's a kid that's going to, play himself into being a really good player. He compared him to Kenny Hopper. Said Kenny had a little bit more front-end speed, but said Mitchell probably had a little quicker feet.
I'll tell you what, Mitchell, he's got some size. He's a solid 6'2". He's a good-looking kid. Mitchell split off to the right side. Now, that's the short side of the field. In the slot on that same side's Carter. More back to the left, as is Sevier. Sizemore rolls to his left, chased out of the pocket, winds up, dumps it underneath. Has got Sevier. The catch is made. Good job hanging on to the football there by Braden Sevier. Gain of about 5.
Number 42, Braden Sevier, returns the flag on the play.
And there is a penalty flag down.
I think we held.
Yeah, the marker is where you would expect a hold. Well, we saw a lot of penalties last week against Corbin in the Whitley County game. 4 or 5 holding penalties at inopportune times. That's something Corbin's going to have to clean up.
Well, only 2:12 to go here in this quarter, and if I had this was a boxing match, I would have given this one to Louisville Waggener.
Well, they certainly have acquitted himself very well in this third. Well, the whole game for that matter. But if you think back about it, this game could certainly look a lot different on the scoreboard had they converted those 2 4th and shorts. They ran the ball right down our throat to about the 25-yard line. They got held on the 4th and 1 in their opening drive. So you got to give credit to Corbin's defense for making those holds. However, one of them was assisted by a botched snap. Sizemore takes the snap, gives it off on the jet sweep to French. Gets a block out front, cuts it up nicely against the grain, lowers his head, runs through a tackle, then all the way down to 45. What a run by Jonah French. That gets a little fire in the bellies over there.
That was a nice run.
Well, he's running with reckless abandon there. He lowered his shoulder. He delivered a blow that time, Coach.
I hadn't seen him much tonight, but I got to tell you, that was a nice run.
Yeah, 16 yards on the carry there. Good run by Jonah. He's going to get to stay in the game as well. He and Carter in the backfield. Have not seen much of Tucker Jewell carrying here in the second half, Coach.
No, really, we haven't.
Jewell and French switch sides twice. Now they're set. Hand off French again. He's trying to get around the right side. Stiff arms a man, spins free, then he will be brought down to the line of scrimmage. Running that sweep into the short side of the field. Not much room for him to exercise his speed there to the short side. Third down and about 7 now for Corbin. Starting to see a little fatigue maybe set in Burley on that front 4 for Waggener.
Yeah.
Guys squatted down, hands on their hips. They're maybe just a little tired now.
Well, that's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to, when you're big and strong like that, you're supposed to eventually beat them down. But Louisville Waggener not going anywhere yet.
I tell you, 15's a good-looking kid over there. 6'5", 240, Kevin Kirby. Had a nice game on the defensive side of the ball for Waggener as well. Sizemore rolling to his left. Wants to throw it. He's in a bit of trouble. They string him out. He's going to keep it himself, loses his footing, and goes down well short of the first down at about the 45. Flags down in the defensive backfield away from the play.
32 on that tackle for Waggener.
I'm not sure what that could be on that portion of the field.
I don't know either.
And they're going to discuss it. Talk things over just a bit. Corbin leads at 21-0. That was our score at halftime. No scores at all here in the third period. We're just 19 seconds left in that quarter. Looks like it's going to be against Waggener. They're marking it off against Corbin. It's going to be a big one, Coach. That's a 15-yarder. Wow.
Personal foul against Waggener. That's a 15-yard.
Personal foul against Waggener.
That's what I'm saying is, you know, as well as they've played at times, that they'll do something on offsides or personal foul, or had a fumble, just, you know, some undisciplined things that cost them, you know, some big plays.
I did not see that. That flag was, again, like I said, it was on the far side of the field in the defensive backfield. So perhaps it was something that happened when the wide receiver and the defensive back got tied up. I don't know. Corbin's got A.J. Moore one-on-one out here to the right. You got to like your chances every time you get A.J. one-on-one with no help over the top. We'll see if they take advantage of that. They're going to fake it now. They're throwing to A.J. down the left sideline. Ball's up in the air. I think he lost his pattern there as he got bumped a little bit. They did want to try to go out there to him one-on-one.
I think it's 2nd and 10.
Second down and 10. But once again, Barley, the jamming the receivers at the line of scrimmage, these defensive backs for Waggener played very well.
Whoever their secondary coach is, he knows how to position. I mean, they're coached well.
Yeah, he was not going to let A.J. get to the inside that time, or to the outside, rather. He pushed him to the inside, and then by then the ball was overthrown. Good play by their defensive backs. Just 3 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Corbin on top 21-0, and unless the Hounds score on this play, we have had a third quarter shutout. Sizemore chased out of the pocket, is going to have to run it. He's going to pick up a few yards, but not a big gainer as he gets down inside the 30 to about the 28. Gain of 2, maybe 3, and that'll bring to a close the third quarter of play. We're going to break for a short timeout. We'll be back to Campbell Field. Corbin leads at 21-0. Fourth and final period coming up when we return. Stay with us. So Corbin's got it, third down and 7 from the Waggener 27. They're going to try French around the left side again. He cuts it up against the grain, slams into the pile, chased out of bounds. Now, he had to pick up 7. He got pretty close. It's going to depend on where they marked him out of bounds at.
I'll tell you one thing, he's not afraid to put his nose down.
No, he puts his nose. He finishes the run as well as anybody we've got.
That's going to be a Redhound first down.
Yeah, he did. He picked up enough for the first down. He's had a nice third quarter, or nice second half, I should say, into the fourth quarter now. There's Tucker Jewell coming back to him. I was just about to say, I'm getting a little concerned. We haven't seen Tucker in a while. I hope he's not injured.
Well, I'll tell you what, probably the thinking is it's a game that we're going to win, it looks like. You know, so how much do you beat him up tonight?
He's back in there now. He's to the right of the quarterback, Sizemore. In the slot is Carter. They bring Moore on the jet sweep, fake it to him, throw across the middle, ball's in the air. It's going to be tipped around, incomplete. Boy, nearly intercepted. Flags were down.
Yeah, they pushed Mitchell right in the back. It was a slant, and the defensive back for Waggener just shoved him right in the back prior to the ball getting there.
I think you're exactly right, Coach. We're going to talk it over, but I don't think there's going to be any complaint from the Waggener sideline. That ball had some mustard on it, and he cut it loose across the middle. Sizemore did.
Well,
it was zipping.
It probably wasn't a real bad play on Louisville Waggener kid's part because he was beat, and the guy had got inside position on him. Had he not done that, it might have been a touchdown.
Still no scoring in the second half. This game was 21-0 at the break, and that's where it remains.
Here's your score. Bourbon County 31, Southwestern 29.
Wow. I'd like to know what Danville score. Anybody out there listening?
Compliments of my brother, Wendell Foley.
See, maybe Wendell can pipe us a Danville score down the line here. After the penalty, it's 1st and 1. Sizemore's going to keep it. He will not get the one. He's hit and piled up back at about the 12-yard line. It's going to be second about 2 or 3 now.
Well, I'm going to call it like it is. We're getting whipped up front. He doesn't have any time to throw it.
No, he's ran it many more times tonight than he wanted to, or than he should, just out of necessity because they've been all over him. And a bigger loss than I thought it was. Second down and about 4, almost 5. Ball's back at the 13-yard line. Clock continues to run. 11-10 to go in the game. Sizemore He's going to keep it himself. This time starts around the left side. He's got some room, bangs it outside, takes it in for the touchdown, I believe. Is he in? Touchdown, Corbin. Shaky Lloyd says he's in. Hey, he fired the cannon. He fired the cannon before the referee had his hands up. Good 13-yard run. That he just kind of picked his way, Coach. He never really got into second gear. He just followed his blocking very well and walked it into the end zone.
I'll tell you what he did do a good job of. The fake to Tucker Jewell was good because they collaged on him. I mean, they just hit him right at the line of scrimmage, and really it was a trap. The right guard trapped back to the left, and he was able to get in that gap and get in there for the score.
Cannonu on to attempt the extra point. Snaps the good one. Cannonu steps into it, sails this one right down the middle.
A much-needed score.
Yeah, Lucas stays perfect on the night. We'll take a timeout, then we'll be back to Campbell Field. Stay with us. You're listening to Redhound. Back at Campbell Field, 28-0. Corbin on top. 11 minutes to go in the game. Cannonu steps into it high and over and kick. This one will be fielded at about the 3-yard line by Watkins. Watkins starts around the left side. Is going to be chased down from behind at about the 30, then pushed out of bounds at the 35. Good run back. I think Cannonu may have outkicked his coverage on that one, Burley.
Yeah.
28, DJ Murphy.
A lot of new Redhounds out there on that kickoff return team, or return coverage team, I should say, as well.
I think you'll see us sub down some now. Well, we have played a lot of kids tonight too. Looked at some different stuff, and I don't know if we were experimenting or just trying to get some kids some experience or what, but nevertheless, been some new faces in the game tonight.
Pretty much with their starters still out there. Hounds lead at 28-0. McCoy, the quarterback, looks to throw straight back, fires down the middle of the field. This one is going to be incomplete. McGuett had that one played perfectly.
It's good defense by the freshman.
Yeah, he was running stride for stride. Had that ball actually been thrown a little better, McGuett could have picked it off. It just was underthrown so badly he couldn't get back to it. Man, another good job by the Corbin Varsity Club, Burley, getting another Pigskin Classic almost in the books. Made a lot of money for Corbin Athletics.
Very good first game. Knox Central beat Louisville Central. Powerhouse Louisville Central.
Yeah, boy, late in the game too. It was 21-7 or 24-7 maybe at one time, and Knox Central came back to win that thing. Hand off right side. That's going to be Watkins again. He's hit and stuck right at the line of scrimmage. Fell forward for a gain of about a yard or two. We'll bring up third down and long.
Louisville Waggener. They get a long trip back tonight.
Yes, they do. They may be staying tonight. Who knows?
And number 68, Josh Hampton.
I wouldn't think so, though. Yeah, they're looking at getting home probably to their own individual homes 4 o'clock in the morning. By the time they eat and get out of here. And
that's a little much, isn't it?
That's too much. Yeah, that's not good.
3rd and 9.
McCoy in the shotgun, 3rd down and 9 for Waggener. Back to throw as McCoy fires across the middle. Incomplete. Boy, did a good job by Murphy. Broke on that football well. breaks that up, and it's 4th down and long for Waggener. Looks like they're going to be going for it here, I believe.
Why not?
Nope, punt team. Lewis will kick it away for the Wildcats.
A.J. Moore back deep to receive for Corbin.
Lewis, the punter for Waggener. Back deep is A.J. Moore, standing about his own 35-yard line. Hounds on the road next week at Clay County. I think that's called the Appalachian Bowl, maybe. And it'll be a Saturday night game set to go off at, what'd you say, 8 o'clock, Coach?
8:05 is what Josh Van Nordstrom says.
Very low line drive kick. Moore's going to move away from it and just let it roll down to about the 31-yard line where Waggener will touch it down. So, hey, you know, we'll be on the air, obviously, for the football game, but most of the time, those things don't, the second game in particular does not start on time.
No, it's just almost impossible to start 2 football games, you know, because of course it depends on what happens in the first one, but rarely will they get over in 2 hours.
Yeah, we were a solid 45 minutes tonight behind, and then this game started out very quickly. I mean, the first quarter went by at a pretty good pace, and then it just slowed down considerably since then. Both teams throwing the ball more than they did that first quarter. Handoff up the middle, running hard off the left side is Carter. Pickup of about 4 maybe. Doing a good job protecting that football.
Corbin, I think, is going to be content just to try to drive this one down the field and take care of the clock.
You know, one thing I think Corbin did improve on tonight, Coach, was taking care of the football.
Yeah, no turnovers.
I put it on the ground a couple times down at Whitley, and then one time they put it on the ground and after the whistle, which was a bit debatable maybe, but they really done a much better job of protecting the ball. I think Bill Curry used to call it ball security. Counter play to Carter running off the right side out over the 40 to about the 44. Gain of 9 on the play. We'll move the chains for Corbin.
It's good for another Redhound first down. 21. Sean Brown on the tackle for Waggener.
Well, I got to tell you, you know, Louisville Waggener came in here and they fought hard for a while. They really did. You know, they dressed 30, we dressed 83. But we're playing only one kid both ways, and Tucker Jewell. And he's spot playing both ways.
Yeah, he's not played the entire time on either side of the ball. Sizemore takes it, rolls to the left. Here comes the blitz. He's going to be hit and hammered. Well, that's just a good defensive play. We called that kid out earlier, that 15. He's a nice player. Kirby, I believe is his name.
Now, there's something I see a little bit of concern with is they've been able to put pressure on Sizemore. Anytime we've been back to pass, he hasn't been able to set his feet any. He's had to throw it on the run every time because we just haven't. I don't know whether they've got us outnumbered or we're not blocking them, but it's one of the two.
We've rolled him out quite a bit tonight because when he drops straight back, it's just open season on him thus far. I was trying to say that kid, Kevin Kirby. I'll tell you what, Burley, we said he was a good-looking kid, 6'5", 240, and can move. Sizemore takes it, leaves it off with Jewell. He's got some room. He's around the corner into the secondary, 50, 40, cut down at the 40-yard line of Louisville Waggener. That's going to be enough for the first down. 25 yards on the carry for Tucker Jewell.
That's good for another Redhound first down.
Another scorer came in. David Mayfield, 37, Marshall County, 0.
Okay. Well, that doesn't surprise me. Mayfield's going to be. They're going to be Mayfield.
They're going to be a handful.
They're going to be a handful. But the single A state champions in the last 2 years, beating Williamsburg both games, right?
I think so.
Well, they just about got it handed to them last year by Williamsburg, though. That thing went right down the wire. 1st and 10 for the Hounds. Sizemore takes it, looks to throw straight back. Here comes the rush, dumps it off underneath, incomplete, and then a pop. Pretty good shot right there is Noah Taylor. Couldn't feel the high pass, and he got popped pretty good.
Boy, he did. He got a little taste of Friday night football right there.
Yeah.
But he bounced right back up like you're supposed to.
He's a tough kid.
He's going to do some good things before it's over, Dave.
Well, I like the fact that they're trying to get the football in his hands and get him acclimated to Friday night football, as you call it, Burley, in a game that pretty much already decided.
Well, they had that play earlier, and Sizemore couldn't get it over there to him because they forced him out of the pocket. It's a little delay across through there, and by the time just couldn't make the play.
Sizemore takes it, leaves it off with French again, spins free at the line of scrimmage, still going. He's into the secondary, running very hard all the way down to 25. Jonah French has had a great game, Barley.
He has. He has.
15-yard run.
Rips off another 15 yards right there.
And, you know, when you get 83 kids out there, here's what happens to your football team. If you got 50, you might not have 3 running backs. If you get 60, maybe. You get 78, you got a chance to have 3, 4 kids that can carry the football, and that's why numbers are so important. And he happens to be the third back right now, where 2 guys are playing pretty good in front of him. But what a nice addition to be able to bring a kid like that in.
He's been the spark in the second half for Corbin, if you ask me.
Oh, I think so. I think so.
Sizemore in the gun, looks to throw, sets up, fires it down the left sideline. A fade route's underthrown and intercepted. Well played by the defensive back there. And Burley, you've mentioned it all night long that those defensive backs are well schooled. They're well coached. He ran stride for stride with Mitchell and blocked him out like a basketball player when nothing took that football away.
We can't match their speed either. We can't outrun them. They're behind us. If you'll notice, every time that they've tried to make a play, they've been behind us. We can't get behind them.
The 1-yard line.
Well, that was I thought he might have been tackled in the end zone. Actually, they're going to say it was tackled at the 1-yard line. That's a tough break for Waggener. 6:48 to go in the game. Corbin on top, 28-0. It would have certainly looked better on the scoreboard if the Hounds could have gotten that one in. But this time, hey, I'm going to give credit where it's due. That's a fine play by the defensive back.
Good play. It was a good play.
Yeah, that's number 4, William Lewis. He's also the punter. He played that one perfectly and comes away with the pick.
Well, home to Clay County next week. They took it on the chin tonight. I'm not sure what kind of football team they got, but obviously they're struggling a little bit. But you never know when the Redhounds come to town. Everybody wants to do well.
Yeah, hand up straight up the gut to Brian. He gets it out for a yard maybe to near the 2-yard line. Yeah, it would be a bowl atmosphere. I don't know who the first game is. Do you know?
No clue.
Number 50, Steve Johnson.
You're not really very prepared tonight, are you?
It'll be second and 10.
Yeah, I mean, you got a nice chair. Look what I'm sitting on. Who's supposed to do the work?
That's a good point. Good point. This is a nice chair. You would not believe how much difference this having a back on this chair makes.
Bell and Boyle play tomorrow, David. That'd be a heck of a game.
Oh, it would be a good game. Where's it at?
Don't know.
Pitch out on the right side. A nice toss and catch there from the quarterback. As Brown makes the catch out there near the 7-yard line, I think. Gets him out of a little bit of a hole, but still going to bring up third and about 5.
Gain of 3.
Well, that's Boyle and Bell tomorrow. That's interesting. Well, they will certainly have the attention of the high school world tomorrow because they're about the only, maybe the only game in town tomorrow night. You know, Bell does that a lot. Remember the year they played on Thanksgiving?
Mm-hmm.
Third down and let's call it 7 for Waggener. Quarterback drops back, fires it long down the middle of the field, overthrows everybody. I think that may have been a busted route. Nobody was even near that ball. McCoy has thrown it a bunch of times, let me tell you.
Now they're going to have to punt it out of their end zone.
5:13 to go in the game. Corbin leads at 28-0. Hounds looking to improve their record to 2-0 on the year. Clay County on the road next week. The Hounds will be a heavy favorite. Then after that, as we mentioned, that 4 of the next 5 games, really, really stiff competition.
Get your popcorn ready, folks. Those will be good ones.
Mayfield, Danville, Pulaski Southwestern, and Bell County. 4 of the next 5 opponents. You throw Jackson County into that mix, but that is just a brutal, brutal stretch of games. Low snap fielded by Lewis. He gets the kick away. It's going to be fielded by Moore at the 35-yard line. Makes one guy miss, then loses his footing and goes down at the 30, and a flag down on the play.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about.
Keaton Knuckles got tangled up with somebody back there. I'm not sure if that was if they clipped him or he. blocked below the waist. I'm not sure. They threw the flag right in that same area.
The Redhound's going to try to get one more in here. They got great field position.
Yeah, blocking the back against Corbin. So if they get one in, they're going to have to do it from a little further back than they are. That one's going to push the Hounds back to near the 40-yard line, I think. I guess college football opens up next week. Is that correct?
Yes.
Hounds open up with Louisiana Lafayette. The Raging Cajuns.
40-yard line, we're going to be first and 10.
What's your prediction for Kentucky, Burley? I think it said the Hounds open up, I meant the Wildcats. Will they win an SEC game this year?
Oh, yeah. I think so, yeah. I think we'll be better. I just don't know if we're 8-4 yet.
No, I'm pretty sure we're not going to be 8-4. Not that I know anything about it, but that's pretty tough stuff. Hand off left side, French again. He's got a lot of room. He gets around the corner, streaking up the left sideline. Boy, he's hammered, popped out of bounds at the 15, and he was knocked out of bounds over there. That's a great run, though, by French. I'll tell you what, Burley, he's got some noticeable speed.
It appears to me to be the fastest kid on the team. I don't know that, but that's what it's what he looks like in a uniform.
He does, and that's a great run that time. He's going to end up being the leading rusher in this game, and just carried it once in the first half. That's probably his third or fourth run of more than 10 yards here in the second half alone.
He was smelling it in, I got to tell you.
He paid for it. He took a pretty good pop over there and bounced right back up, as did the Waggener player. I see the Waggener kids laughing over there on the side because that was a pretty good shot. Sizemore looks to throw, fires long down the left side. This is going to be picked off as well. Went through that one over the receiver's head. Up the left sideline. This may be, see you later. It is long down the left sideline. One of the touchdowns is going to be White. He's going to intercept this and take it back 99 yards for the touchdown.
No flags. No, there is a flag.
Is there?
Yep, I don't know what it is.
Wow.
I don't know what could have been a flag right there. He was ahead of everybody by 30 yards.
That return is for number 9, Darius Brent.
Unless somebody blocked behind the ball.
I don't know.
It must be on Corbin. That's poor throw. I mean, he wasn't open, and we've just not been able to get behind them. I mean, their speed is clearly better than our speed.
Well, without question, and you know, it's just.
I say it's a poor throw. It's one that you throw it up there. You know, maybe somebody comes down with it, but we've not been able to shake them.
It's Darian Adams, I think, is who that was. It was against Corbin. So the looks as if the 99-yard interception return for a touchdown is going to stand.
Gotta get a football out there. They had our football. Let's just hit big lineman catch that football.
Yeah, just like he's supposed to.
Hey, I'm talking about 270 pounds. He caught that thing like a receiver.
Yeah, grabbed it like a loaf of bread.
He did.
he may get a new job next week. That may be the longest interception return for a touchdown I've ever seen on this field.
In high school, it probably is.
Can't get much longer than that, can it? Unless you intercept in the end zone. Corbin didn't have enough people on the field. They're a little bit confused on the extra point attempt. 28-6, Hounds on top, 4:35 to go. It's going to go down as a win for Corbin Burley, but I don't think the staff is going to be really, really pleased with what they saw here tonight.
I don't think so. I'll be surprised. I mean, Justin's a half full, glasses half full kind of guy, but right. I think he'll think that they played poorly. I do. I don't know about poorly, but just not with a lot of fire. Not a lot of fire. And let me tell you something, and I know this for a fact. I don't know anything else, but I know this. We're a young, inexperienced football team that can't play on ability alone. We've got to play with some fire, or we're going to have a tough stretch here in the middle of the season. If we don't go out and play hard and play physical and do some things that our bodies are probably not made for to do, it's going to be it can't get by playing without the fire that they had last week. I thought they had pretty good fire last week.
Well, I thought so as well.
And I want to give Waggener credit because they took us out of some of that with their skill and their speed and some of that. But I mean,
their physicality has been big too. They've hit us on several occasions.
I think they've won the physical part of the game.
They're going to be going for 2 here. McCoy, the quarterback, takes it, rolls to the right, looks, throws for the end zone. It is tapped around, incomplete.
Well, Corbin's going to get it on offense one more time.
Grant Gibson.
Grant Gibson broke that up. Grant, a freshman.
Redhounds lead 28-6.
You kind of wonder if they're going to come back with their starters here. If you would think they would want to end the game on a good note, but then again, you sure don't want to get somebody hurt in a non-district 28-6 game with 4 minutes left to go in the game.
I've not watched Coach Haddock's coach enough to know what his philosophy is in times like this, nor have I ever discussed it with him. Some coaches, every coach is different. Some believe, hey, I got to play them out here because we got to get better. The ones I got, the ones I'm going to play. Some want to sub down and give these guys a series and these guys a series. I don't know. My philosophy is you get some other guys some experience at times. I don't think you wholesale substitute, but I think you take some key positions and go, okay, we're going to, as French did.
Exactly.
He's not a starter, but he got some carries, got involved in the game a lot. But again, that's strictly about philosophies, and there's no right or wrong answer to it. It's just what you believe. Again, not seen Coach Haddock's in enough fires yet, good or bad, to know what his philosophy is. In time, that'll tell us.
Corbin has their hands team in here, Coach, expecting the onside penalty. Now the 15-yard penalty against Corbin there, I guess, on the...
Yeah, we must have took a cheap shot at somebody here. Is the only thing I know.
But at any rate, Wagner's going to kick it off from the Corbin 45, so they're going to really be in good shape here to try this onside kick. Corbin expecting it with all backs and wide receivers up on the front line there. Waggener will be kicking from the right hash mark. Malik Watkins checks in there late for Waggener. Corbin on top, 28-6. Expecting the onside kick here from the Wildcats. And it is an onside kick. It's going to go to Dylan Brock. He makes the catch, goes down on top of it on the 33. Good play that time by Dylan. He's had a nice game.
Yes, he's played pretty well tonight. Scored a touchdown, been in on several tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a candidate for player of the game.
Maybe. We'll have to do that.
Sure. French and Tucker Jewell, we're waiting to get those notes in given to us, but those two are certainly candidates tonight.
Tri-County Sporting Goods player of the game.
Mike Haggard, our good friend.
Mike is a good friend. I played a lot of baseball and softball with Mike. We were on the same Little League team from the time I was 11 years old till I was on the same baseball or softball team, with the exception of 3 years of senior league, for almost 15 years. One of the best shortstops around. Hand off to Tucker Jewell, so that kind of answers that question about if they're going to take the starters out. Jewell rumbles all the way to the 50-yard line, gain of 17 for Tucker.
Tucker's starting to rack up some statistics tonight.
Yeah, he is.
If he had 100 yards in the first half, he's got to be around $180, $175, I would anticipate.
But, he didn't carry a whole lot there in the second half, Coach. If you remember, we were kind of wondering where he was at on a few series. But he looked fresh there, didn't he?
He did. French out, Noah Taylor in. Noah, one of the backs now. Been a receiver, tight end. Now he's a running back.
Well, Coach Haddock is doing his best to get him in the game on the field there. Hand off to Carter. He runs behind Taylor's block. Gainer of about 5 out over the 50 to about the 47-yard line of Waggener. Clock continues to run down. 3:50 to go in the ball game. Corbin on top, 28-6. Hound's going to move to 2-0 on the year. 0-2 for Louisville Waggener.
What was a fast first half has turned into a marathon second half, hasn't it?
It has. Yeah, these guys got to be tired. The good news is it's not been very humid tonight. Hand off right side. That is going to be Carter again, picking his way, runs over his own man at the 35. Ran right up the back of Caleb Mitchell. 13-yard run that time for Carter. I don't know if it's whether Waggener realizes that this game's pretty much decided and they're getting tired, but our offensive line has had a better series here than they have in a while.
Yeah, they have.
And a little Waggener may have subbed down just a bit too. To be quite frank, I've not looked at the numbers closely. I think they have a few new players in the game right now. Sizemore takes it and leaves it off left side with another
Noah Taylor.
That's actually a new back game. That is Noah Taylor. He gets forward for about a gain of 5, maybe. Nice run by Noah.
Taylor on the carry for Corbin.
Yeah, you can tell he's got some athletic ability. That's some pretty nice move there in the hole, a sidestep attacker, and pick up some pretty good yardage.
Oh, he's going to get a lot done before he graduates from here. I can tell you that.
Good baseball player as well, isn't he?
All three students as well. A lot of those freshmen not only are good athletes, they're good students too.
Yeah, it's that competitive nature.
Oh yeah.
I like when you and I were in high school. We were very competitive in that regard. Well, here comes the blitz. Golly, he hammered him. You can see that he blitzed from the post office right there. That was Bryant. He came on the blitz, and you could see it coming. He had a full head of steam and just hammered over Corbin ball. I didn't even see who the ball carrier was, Burley.
Taylor.
Was it Taylor? He had no chance. He was lucky to hold on to the football.
I think a third and 8.
Yeah, we were competitive. We was trying to make a D.
We were trying to make it, weren't we? I tell you, that was perfect timing. That kid ran from 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he crossed the line just as the ball was snapped. It's not perfect timing there as Sizemore pulls him off sides again.
That's 3 times he's done that tonight.
Yeah, that's 15 yards. 15 yards and penalties.
Really, you ought to get that put in your statistics.
You should. He's kind of perfected that because he's been able to, I think he did it once or twice at Whitley. Clock continues to run down. Minute 35 to go in the game. 28-6, Corbin on top. We're crowded right up around the line of scrimmage out there. They've got all 10 guys right up there and the 10 guys right up front. Here's a handoff. Taylor again sidesteps the tackler in the hole and picks up about 4, close to the first down.
Well, the freshman, who's a quarterback, getting some plays, running back, tight end, little receiver. Coach Haddock's talked about what kind of athlete he was and just trying to get him on the field. But with 4th and 1, they're going to get their daddy back out there, Tucker Jewell and Big Brock.
Yeah. Well, 50 seconds to go. I think I'm taking a knee right here. Just let him have it back, and let's not get anybody hurt. I got a feeling Brock's going to touch it right here, though. Maybe the quarterback and may sneak it right up the middle. Sizemore moves under center. Straight up the gut. Handoff, that's going to be Jewell. Breaks the tackle all the way down to the 5-yard line.
That looked like number 8.
It did look like 8. Is that Cody Evans? It is Cody Evans. Cody Evans hammers right up the middle. Titus gives Cody Evans a run right up the middle. He ran very well, too, Burley.
It looks like Tucker Jewell, but when I saw the number, I went, I believe that's Cody Evans.
Well, yeah, it does. It is. I said it did look like 8. I agree. That's a good run that time by Cody. Cody's going, come on, guys, 15 seconds. Let's get one more in.
Let me have it. I think Coach Haddock's just going to let it run out here.
He was a shoestring tackle from taking that to the end zone, Coach. Yeah, they will let it run out here, and that will bring to a close the football game. 28-6, Corbin on top. They improved their record to 2-0 on the year, and Louisville Waggener will
Waggener 6.
We'll follow 0-2 in there.